Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this Companies Committee on the 7th of October at 10 a.m. So just to start with, I haven't had a meeting in my 7 years on the council, and I'm really excited to be here, but go easy on me because I might get it wrong. Just wave at me if I do. So we've no fire alarms planned today. So if it should go off, please leave it by the nearest exit and head for St Peter's Hill Green. This meeting is being recorded and streamed live. Obviously, we do have quite a lot of pink papers on the agenda today. So if we do get to a point where we would like to discuss those pink papers, we will need to go into a closed session. So we'll probably take parts of the agenda at different speeds so that we can make sure that we're not crossing over onto those pink papers. If there are any non-committee members present today, which there don't seem to be at the moment, I will be asking that they wait until the substantive debate with the committee members is completed before they do have a chance to ask questions if they'd like to, and I will be asking them to keep their points brief, which I will repeat if anybody happens to join us at some point through the meeting. You may find that there are a few minor differences in the electronic version of the agenda today to the printed version that you have in front of you. A few minor things that we noticed when we were going through it at the beginning of the week, which I'll try and point out as we're going through, but they're not substantive, they're just minor differences. Firstly, I have agreed to bring item 7 on the agenda today, which is the East Midlands Building Consultancy update, a little bit higher up the agenda. That's just so that Emma, who should be presenting the report, is able to actually be here and then leave. So that will be come in ahead of item 5, dissolution of Invest SK. All good. Perfect. Cool. So onto the agenda, I think. So any apologies?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. We've received apologies from Councillor Barry Dobson, Councillor Jill Thomas and Councillor Philip Knowles. Councillor Nikki Mansfield will be substituting for Councillor Jill Thomas, and Councillor Ian Stokes will be substituting for Councillor Barry Dobson. Just to note, Councillor Ian Stokes is running a few minutes late. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. So item 2, disclosure of interests. Does anyone have any items that they would like to disclose? Okay, perfect. If anything does come up through the meeting, please remember that you obviously can raise a disclosure at any point during the meeting. Please just let me know. So item 3, minutes of the meeting held on the 26th of April. So of those that were present at the last meeting, are we happy to approve the minutes, or is there anything that needs raising? Do I have a seconder, please? There's only one other person. Happy. Thank you. Perfect. All those in favour? Thank you. Any abstentions? Thank you. Perfect. So any actions from the last meeting? Are you talking about two?
I believe the work programme has been updated since the last meeting. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Okay, so moving swiftly on to item 7 on the agenda, the East Midlands Building Consultancy update. Oh, sorry, Harish.
Sorry, Madam Chairman, sorry, can I ask questions on that? I know I was not there or anything, but just something that stick up in my mind. It's on the page 5, item 2, the business plan should come before the committee within 6 months. Is this in place now? Are there any chance to have a look at it?
That business plan is on today's agenda.
That's the one that's coming.
Yeah, that's what you talked about there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's a seamless segue onto East Midlands Building Consultancy. So Emma Whitaker.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for indulging me on my time constraints today. I brought the paper on East Midlands Building Control today in the agenda. Part of it is an exempt item just because of the nature of the sensitive information within it, and that's the business plan, which is in draft form. The purpose of the paper is to support this committee in keeping an oversight of the successful building control service that we currently have in terms of a partnership arrangement with Rushcliffe Borough Council and Newark and Sherwood Council. As members are aware that the East Midlands Building Consultancy, or EMBC, is a partnership arrangement. South Kesteven is the host authority, and the service is provided on a shared service basis with all members and staff being employed by South Kesteven. Partnership's been running since 2014, with the original arrangement between South Kesteven and Rushcliffe and Newark and Sherwood joining in 2015-2016. You'll see in the papers there's a summary of updates in terms of performance. The workload is broadly split. I'm happy to answer any questions if there's any technical terms that members obviously don't or would like a bit of clarification on. But the split in terms of workload is between fee earning and non-fee earning. That's important because non-fee earning is work that we have to cover, we have to provide, and that's not chargeable to members of the public. It must be funded out the general fund. Fee earning work, which is about 75–76% of our workload, is fee earning on a cost recovery basis. We're in direct competition though with approved inspectors, so we have to be competitive in our fees and charges. The market share is currently stable at around 50%. It does fluctuate slightly, but it's around 50% and has been so for a number of years. You've got, members, the provisional financial figures from the last year in Appendix A. They will be confirmed once the council's budgets for last year have been signed off at the audit at the end of November. In terms of other updates, the recruitment's ongoing in relation to the permanent position of the manager post, but we've got an interim manager in post who is already making good progress at reviewing our procedures and processes. You've got a copy of the draft business plan, which is an update of a previous business plan that was agreed by the EMBC board members. The board members are representatives, officers from the three authorities. And I'm happy to answer any questions that any members may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So at this point, if you have any questions or points you'd like to raise, that needs to be on the report and on Appendix A, which is the provisional end of year position 21-22, which is printed on pink paper, but actually isn't exempt. If you then have any questions on the business plan itself, we will need to move into a closed session. So if we could please start with the report and the provisional end of year position. Does anybody have any points or questions they would like to raise?
I see we've got an interim manager. How long has the interim manager been interim, and when do we anticipate that we will be going out looking for a manager? I know it's more than one council, but it would be interesting to know what an interim job is and how long it's supposed to last.
Thank you. I can answer that. So the interim manager has been in place since the end of August. The initial contract is a tentative 6 months, but we are able to extend or cut that short depending on the success of the recruitment. We're out to recruitment now. It is the third attempt at trying to recruit into that post. So we're using a headhunting company to assist us with that, but it's ongoing at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, I do actually have one quick question. In 2.11 on the report itself, we mentioned an average market share of 49%. Can I just ask what that is 49% of, please?
Thank you. Good question. It's of the fee earning work. So every time somebody needs to make an application for compliance with the building regulations, whether it's an extension, domestic, commercial, new house, whatever the case may be, they must make an application to either the district council, to the local authority, or to an approved inspector to check compliance with the building regulations. Sorry, that's the section. So that's the fee earning elements, and that's what we're at. Approximately 50%, 49% of the market share at the moment.
Across the three councils?
Yes, that's correct. It's a share across the whole of the area.
Thank you. Any further questions or points you'd like to raise on the report and Appendix A? Okay. So I do have some questions on the business plan. Does anybody else have questions that they would like to raise on the business plan? No. Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Chairman, may I be able to ask questions about implementation on the pink paper?
Yes, so that's what I was just checking, whether anyone else had questions on this, and we are going to move into a closed session. So if we could please